many things we have no power over. The family we are born in, the sex we are born with, death, the tribe we are born into. Many things we have no control over, but the one thing that life has never failed to remind of: change.
We are lost if we have no solid sense of identity. My name is Wuraola. My story began in Ikorodu, Nigeria. It began in Yoruba land. We moved to Equatorial Guinea as a diplomatic assignment with my family back in 2013. So we had to learn their way of life and how to adapt in the area. When we first got there, we went to the market with my family and we're like, how much? And they're like, and we're basically like clueless because we didn't understand the language. And then somebody said to say cuánto, and we said it. And I said, no, speak español, no speak español. And the woman was like, si tú no puedes hablar español, ¿qué tú estás haciendo aquí? Means if you can't speak Spanish, what are you doing here? It ties me back to the sense of identity because they're so proud of their identity and their language that that's why they're like pushing that. It was the first exposure of change for me because we got to meet way different people, new people with different attitude, different country, different language. So that was like the first exposure of boom, change. The assignment was done in like 3 years or like 3 to 4 years, and my dad was like, "Yeah, we can't really go back to." I mean, there was always that going back home, but there was just notion of America as a land of opportunity. So they just wanted a better opportunity for us to be able to nurture ourselves and grow more in a, more better economy. We have something called Agboile, which means basically communal. It's like a communal area, basically, where everybody sees everybody, everybody checks on everybody. Oh, how are you doing today? Valani, how is everything going? Are you okay? If anything changes, there's a adult in the community that's gonna see, oh, there's a change in this girl. We need to wake up and support her. By connecting with the people that we cherish the same things, such as community. It's a little bit watered down, but we're trying to retain that part of ourselves. So it's all about, at the end of the day, the identity is within you. So you just have to try your best to nurture it. Wherever you go, wherever you find yourself, it's about just making the best out of it. History is really important. Starting from family history, very important. If you can connect with your grandmas, your great-grandmas that are alive right now and gain as much information as you can about your family, that's going to be so perfect because when you're growing and when you're learning certain things about yourself, it's all gonna make sense. Oh yeah, this happened before and this is how they did it for it to be that. Oh wow, my grandma told me my dad was this kind of person. So how did this work out for him? Maybe I can apply some of those knowledge into my life. Oh, don't shut down the direct ancestors that are alive today. Iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ilé wa, ẹni kò ṣiṣẹ́ á máa jalè. Ìgbé kíkọ́ láì sí ọkọ́ àti àdá kò ì pé o. Farming and hunting was the main source of Yoruba people, source of income for Yoruba people. It made them wealthy. Like a lot of families were farmers and hunters. So that song, Iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ilé wa, means farming is the work of the people of our land. Whoever doesn't farm or whoever doesn't work will steal. Without the elements of farming, ọkọ́ àti àdá, cutlass and hoe. When you don't have both elements together, if you're working on the things that you're doing in the educational way, in English way, but you don't have the traditional way down path, you're not in balance. The traditions has been just abandoned, which is very sad because like there's some elements that you can see. Even In terms of our proverbs, Yoruba proverbs, a lot of things were drawn from the traditions. Yoruba foods, indigenous foods, are all elements of the traditions. We connect through our family by the means of food. Like whenever we want to like show our love, we give them food. Food is a element of our ancestors' work. A lot of our food were invented by us. Imagine like amal and begiri, ewedu. Somebody put that together. And we have different soups. We have different type of soups. There's a wrong connotation that you people don't have soups. We have a lot of soups. We have begiri, ewedu, ila alasepo, ẹ̀fọ́, ilasa, isapa. We have igbo atewa, which is another delicacy. We have ekuru. We have a lot. Ila alaseko emit community. Communal efforts from different people. When we were growing up, my mom had like different people, like different kids. So whenever we want like a quick soup, all of our cousins, our nephews, everybody eats together in the same bowl with our eba. So for that, that meant a lot to me because like that was the time where I got to spend with my cousins, my nephew, my extended family, the people who I grew up with before I came to a foreign land. So it's definitely starts with community for me. There are a lot of cultures that got wiped out because certain elements of their culture was not retained. Life is a privilege. When you have it, you cherish it, you make memories inside of it, you make the best times of situations as much as you can. Because life is very fragile. I work in healthcare, and the type of experiences I've been through over the years on patients and how quick they could be gone, it shows you a different perspective of life. So life is not as serious as people are. It could be gone in a second. So it's just best to make as much memories and times and moments as much as we can. My dad is Musa Ahmad Oladideji Akobi. My dad was an amazing human being. My dad was artistic, talented, poetic, charismatic, humble, creative. My dad was my hero, like literally. Whenever we're traveling, my dad will play Sasiki Ranide's songs, which is like one of the legends in Yoruba scenery of indigenous music. And all those things, all those music had different lessons in them. So now that I'm growing up and grown up, I crave to hear those lessons over and over again. He doesn't like people to call him musician, but he was a great vocalist. His voice was amazing. And my mom was his backup singer. My father is a very dynamic person. And when it comes to Yoruba identity and like culture, he doesn't sit you down and teach you like, oh yeah, this is what you say, this is what you say. No. He basically live it. Like for example, maybe something is happening and you're like, oh my God, you leave me alone. It's like or something like that. Like you'll be like, are you like it's gonna say that in like Yoruba language, like me, the son of this and that, and Miomarulo would be a thing. Me, the son of Arlo would be a thing. So from that time when you were little, you would, you'll be hearing all those things, and then when you're growing up more and more, it makes sense because then you go, oh, our family, Arlo gonna be a fee. wow, my grandmother, whenever we go to our grandmother's place, or whenever our grandmother will go into our oriki, which are panegyric chants, like family panegyric chants. Wuraola,
Ajike Agan ọmọ Ajíbọ́rọ̀ mi Elese ọmọ Abídolú ọmọ Onídùúgbe ọmọ òkòpẹ́ mi lẹ́wọ̀n tí bá tẹniwá tí mo bá wá ju tèrí ẹni lọ òkòpẹ́ wúrẹ̀wú Ajíbọ́rọ̀ máa kẹ́lé ogun òkú ọmọ àjẹbí ọ̀ràn yọ ọ̀run òkì rẹ̀ yìí dọ̀nà púpọ̀ ìyá tó bí mi ọmọ Ajíbọ́rọ̀ rú òkì kan náà ló kí yín pẹ̀lú ìyá tí a sọ ní wúrà rẹ̀ náà òkì kan náà nìyẹn àwọn ọmọ Abídolú ọmọ Òǹdùgbé ni wọ́n òkò tó tẹ̀mí lẹ́wọ̀n bá tẹniwá tí mo bá wá ju tèrí ẹni lọ òkòpẹ́ wúrẹ̀wú Ajíbọ́rọ̀ ọmọ ọba àgbàjà òkò tó jowújo tọ́bẹ̀ wùrù jowúnú oko nígbà tó má lè rẹ di oko ẹ̀gàn tèmi ló mú mi wá ṣe ọmọ olódì tágbẹ̀dú àpòkè díẹ̀ sóògùn ọkọ mi ọmọ Abídolú.
So when she's chanting all those panegyric family chants from our family, she doesn't know that she's passing down the knowledge, because when you're hearing it year by year by year and growing up with that knowledge, that really helps you solidify like, èmi ọmọ Arúlógún bí èéfín, I can't fold, because this is where I'm from. We don't fold. All those life lessons my mom used to sing to me when I was little helped build my character as a person. I can't go this way. This way is kind of bad. I can't do that because there's a repercussion for me. So watching that growing up helped me like, oh yeah, this is something I was born into. Èmi ni Ajike Agan Omo Elese ọmọ ìjádẹrẹ gbọ́dọ̀ ní bàjẹ́ ọmọ Ajíbọ́rọ̀ akẹ́yẹ ogun òpó ọmọ àjẹbí ọ̀rọ̀. I am Omo Ajíbọ́rọ̀. I am Omo Ajíbọ́rọ̀ from Ìgbàjà.